Hey guys, so today's video is going to be, as you read by the title, a foundation demo and review, and it's going to be on the new CIRCA Color Balance Liquid Foundation. This is exclusive to Walgreens and Rite Aid, and it's a new makeup line by Eva Mendes. I hadn't heard much about it at all until I kind of came across it at my local Walgreens, and I looked for reviews and I really didn't find anything. There were just a couple available, so I wanted to make one for you guys today, just so if you're curious or if you start seeing it come into your Walgreens, you kind of know my thoughts. I have no idea what to expect. The two opinions I've heard were good, but you know, that's only two, so sorry if you hear like the traffic noise out there. It's like crazy right now outside and it's kind of loud, so sorry about it. Anyways, the back of the bottle says, even out your complexion and hide imperfections with this silky fluid. Expertly developed shades work on all undertones, which is nice, while a soft focus effect adds a subtle glow. This creamy formula delivers instant hydration and blends effortlessly for a flawless finish that enhances your skin's natural beauty. So I'm hoping that there's decent coverage. As you can see, like, I don't have perfect skin. I've got some redness and some pimples to cover up and that sort of thing. So I'm not blessed in that department. So I'm hoping that this has good coverage. I'm hoping it doesn't get cakey. I'm hoping it doesn't over dry me, which it shouldn't. It says that it's supposed to be hydrating, so we shall see. So let's just get right into it. I can tell from the bottle that it seems pretty thick. Seems like a thick formula. It almost kind of is reminding me, well, I haven't felt it yet, but it's looking like it's a similar texture to, oh yeah, the Revlon Color Stay Whipped. Kind of. It's a little bit more liquidy than that, but as you can see, it's a pretty thick consistency. Just an FYI for colors, I have the lightest shade in 01. I'm at my absolute palest right now, and I thought this would be a good match, and it looks like it will be. So if you're very ultra fair, this is going to be a little bit dark for you. They do have quite a few shades though, so definitely go check out and see if you have one for you. But from what I recall, there's not anything for very dark skin tones and very light skin tones. So let's see, let's get right into this. It feels really nice. It's honestly kind of reminding me a little bit of my Studio Fix Fluid from MAC, so we shall see if it'll compare. Just a PS for those of you who aren't familiar with my channel, that is my Holy Grail foundation. Okay, so I have it sort of spread out on the back of my hand here. This is the shade in a larger swatch so you can see. This looks like it's going to be a good color. I'm going to use my Makeup Geek stippling foundation brush. I love this brush. I will leave a link for it down below if you guys are interested in purchasing it. And let's just get into it, shall we? Okay, so I'm just going to start with downward strokes. Whoa, really good coverage, I can tell right away. I like to sort of press it in. That's a train. Lovely. I'm really liking how this is applying so far, you guys. It's really nice. The color is perfect. Yeah, I would say this is definitely full coverage. Sorry, it's hard to talk when I'm going around my mouth. It's covering up everything I need it to. You could definitely sheer it out if you didn't want something so heavy with a moisturizer, or by applying less, or using a beauty blender, but I haven't used a beauty blender yet myself, so I don't know how well it'll work with this foundation because it is thicker, and I find that with a beauty blender that doesn't always work so well. Okay. Looking better already. I'm finding that this is blending really nicely and easily. Okay, so for the most part, I'm really liking this right now. I look super ghostly. But there are a couple things I'm noticing, and I'm going to bring you in closer, but For one, I'm noticing that it's kind of clinging to dry patches and like dry skin and any texture. So I'm noticing some like almost flakiness. It's like emphasizing the flakiness around my nose. I see like a little bit of spottiness on my upper lip and on my forehead. So what I'm going to do is I just took a damp beauty blender. Sorry, mine's dirty. I haven't washed it since yesterday. And I'm just going to kind of go over those areas and see if that helps. I'm going to just do one side of my face and leave the other, and then I'm going to zoom you guys in so you can kind of see what I'm talking about, and hopefully this helps. Yeah, I'm noticing that it's helping already. So I'm just going to kind of pick up any excess, like in the corner of my mouth, the corner of my nose, just everywhere. I'm just going to kind of tap over my face to pick up any excess product. My forehead. Yeah, that's actually helping a lot. The problem is I don't think like using a beauty blender alone would work very well for applying this foundation, just because it was like a thicker consistency. And I find that doesn't work very well. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, huge difference. This looks really good now. All right, I'm going to bring you guys in. Okay, so we are zoomed way in, and I turn the lights down so you guys can see kind of the texture of my skin. So this side is where I picked up the excess product with a beauty blender. You can see the coverage is pretty good. Let me focus again. I do feel like it kind of reduced the appearance of my pores. It's not settling in those places, but you can kind of see, well, I'm hoping that you can see kind of the buildup of like excess product. It almost like settles like in dry patches, and like I feel like my skin's especially dry right now, and I can kind of see like that sort of desert texture. Do you know what I'm saying? So same thing for my forehead. On this side, I picked up the excess product with the beauty blender. On this side, I did not. Hopefully we can see a difference here. I won't know until I edit this video. But it does settle a little bit into the creases on my forehead, I'm noticing now. The coverage is really nice. That's a positive. And it feels extremely comfortable, but on like my dry areas, which is basically most of my face besides right here, it's kind of settling into like the scaly sort of skin or dry patches, and accentuates them more than a lot of foundations do. So, you know, I don't know. We'll see how this wears throughout the day. Okay, so just a couple more points about this foundation. It is $15 per bottle, so it is on the higher end of drugstore foundations. Let's see, I think like L'Oreal prices are usually about $12.99. So anywhere from like, I feel like $8 to $12, $13 is where they usually run. So this is a bit higher than that. The packaging is really nice. It's really heavy duty, glass bottle, nice black and gold top, and it comes with a pump, which is bomb. Not a lot of drugstore foundations have that, and you know, it's more sanitary and it's so much easier, especially if you are mixing the product with something, and then you don't like over pour any of the product all over your hand or your palette or whatever that you're using. So that's a really nice feature, and that's probably why the price point is a little bit higher. Also, I wanted to mention that I did not use a primer. I don't like to use a primer when I'm doing these sort of reviews. I like to see how the foundation works without any training wheels. So yeah, so far final thoughts are it's pretty good. The coverage is great. It looks really smooth, but I'm not loving how it sort of clings to dry patches. So if you do have very dry skin, or you know, any sort of texture, fine lines, that sort of thing, I don't think this is going to be for you. I would recommend L'Oreal True Match. So I'm going to finish my makeup. I've got some stuff to do today, and I'll check back in later with you guys and give you any final thoughts. If my mind changes, if something horrible happens, if it only lasts for a few hours, whatever, I will let you know. And yeah, I'll talk to you later. Alright guys, it's time for our check-in. It is 8:38. Can you see? It's so bright. So I've had this on for about 8.5 hours. let's take a closer look. A couple of hours ago, I started to notice the foundation breaking down, particularly in my T-zone. I also noticed the dry patches again. I took some pictures for Instagram. I really wanted to see how the foundation photographed, and after I did powder and do everything else, my skin did look really, really smooth. My pores were minimized, which is great, but it only looked like really good like that for a few hours, and then it started to slowly break down. And then, like I said before, a couple hours ago, I noticed it really bad. I'm going to zoom you guys in so you can kind of see what I'm talking about, but I mean, it looks sort of like standard foundation breaking down syndrome. A little bit cakey, a little bit splotchy. I'll quit talking and just bring you in. Kind of between my brows is where it's the worst. You can see some wear on my nose, of course, and then a little on my forehead, in between my brows. Sorry if I'm shaking the camera. Do I need it brighter even still? See how that kind of smooths it out a little bit more? I want you guys to see the texture, so hopefully this is helping you see what I'm talking about. So it's not terrible, but it's not great either. So overall, my thoughts are kind of mixed. If you have really oily skin or really dry skin, I don't think this is going to be great for you. But if yours is more in the normal range, I think you're really going to love the coverage that this foundation gives, and it is really comfortable. The only areas where it broke down are really areas where I get oil. So everywhere else looks pretty nice still. On top of that, it photographed really well, which is pretty important. But if you're wearing it for an extended period of time and you have issues with oil or dryness, it's not going to hold up the best. So like I said before, kind of mixed. I would say I'd give it like 3.5 out of 5 stars. So what is that? Is that a B? Low B? It is a really nice foundation. It's just not my favorite from the drugstore. I think something similar, like I said before, is the Revlon Color Stay Whipped, and I think I like that one a little bit more. It's pretty similar. The only downside to that one is that it comes in like a jar, so it's not as hygienic and it's not as easy to use, but it does wear a lot nicer. Do you hear the traffic? Even though I wasn't in love, I am happy that I got a chance to film this review for you guys, because I said I wanted to do more drugstore foundation reviews, and I wanted to give you guys opinions on new releases and stuff like that. So that is my 2 cents. I also had requests to review the new Hard Candy foundation, and I went to purchase it and they were sold out of my shades. So that one will be coming. Cars. That one will be coming soon. Side note, I did not make it to the top 30 in the NYX Face Awards, but that is okay. I'm not heartbroken. A little. But one of my good friends, Calais Lagunero, did, and she is so bomb, you guys. I'm going to leave her channel down below. Please, please, please go subscribe to her channel and show her some love and vote for her when the time comes. I'm really excited for her, and I really want her to win. She is just like, she's so amazing, and I love her to death. I love you, Calais. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you found it helpful. Leave any comments that you have down below if you've used this foundation, any tips that you may have, your thoughts, all of that sort of thing. If you have any requests for foundations you want me to review, please leave them down below in the comment section as well. Please subscribe to my channel if you are not subscribed already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Mwah.